If you've ever tried to help an aging parent and been shut down with, I'm fine, I want to talk to you about what's actually happening in that moment. Because most people get this completely wrong, and it's not their fault. This instinct is to follow on the safety problem, but that's almost never the real problem. I'm the founder of SeniorThrive. We built a platform specifically to help older adults stay home safely and independently on their terms. And today I want to share the 5-step approach that actually works when a parent refuses help. Let's start with what's actually going on when your mom or dad pushes back. Think about this from their perspective. They've been independent for 50, 60, maybe 70 years. They've managed their own home, their own finances, and their own lives. And now their adult children is walking in and talking about grab bars, pill organizers, home assessments. Even when you mean well, and you do, it can land as, I don't think you can handle your own life anymore. That's a gut punch. And when people feel their identity is being threatened, they shut down. They say, I'm fine. They change the subject. They push back. So the first thing to understand is, this isn't about the safety concern. It's about what accepting help means to them. The worst time to have this conversation is after something goes wrong, after a fall, after you find expired food in the fridge, after a hospital visit. When something bad has already happened, emotions are running high. Everyone feels scared or guilty. Decisions get made reactively. Your parents feel defensive, and you feel desperate. It's a bad combination. The best conversations happen when nothing is wrong yet. Try framing it as planning rather than reacting. Something like, Mom, I was reading about how people who plan ahead for aging at home actually end up with more control over their lives. I'd love to think through some of this with you. Forward-thinking, collaborative, not a red flag, a plan. Scope matters enormously in these conversations. If you walk through the whole house with a mental checklist of everything that needs to change, it feels overwhelming. It signals that you think everything is going wrong, and it puts your parent in a position of defending their entire home. Start with one room. The bathroom, natural, non-threatening reason to bring it up. The bathroom is actually where most accidents happen at home. Do you mind if we just take a quick look together? One room, one conversation, one small win. That's how trust gets built. Here's something nobody likes to hear. Sometimes you're the wrong person to have this conversation. Not because you don't care, obviously you do, but because there's too much history, too much emotion, and it's hard to hear the kind of thing from your own kid, no matter how old you are. A third voice can make all the difference. That might be their doctor, a trusted friend who's navigating something similar, a geriatric care manager, or even a platform like SeniorThrive, where the older adult sees the picture of their own home without you narrating it for them. When information comes from a neutral source, it's easier to receive. It becomes, here's something I want to pay attention to, instead of, my daughter thinks I can't manage. About staying home, not avoiding risk. The language we use around aging and safety is full of fear, risk, danger, worst case scenarios. And I understand why. The concerns are real, but leading with fear almost always backfires. Try leading with aspiration instead. Not, we need to make the house safer in case you fall, but I want to help you stay exactly where you want to be for as long as you want to be there. One sounds like a warning, the other sounds like a partnership. And people are a lot more likely to say yes to a partnership. This whole approach, leading with empowerment, keeping the older adult in control, making safety feel like a choice rather than a concession, is the philosophy we built SeniorThrive with. Thrive Vision gives older adults a real room-by-room check look at their home. It's not a medical report. It's not a safety audit. It's a picture that they own. They decide what to do with it. ThriveStarter is completely free to explore. No credit card, no commitment, just a starting point. There's a link in the description. And if this was helpful, subscribe. We're building out a whole library of content on aging in place the right way. I'm Brian Fleur. Thanks for watching.